Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
Yo guys, hello and welcome back to season 2 of the Minardi My Team career mode here at the Australian Grand Prix, and for the first time with Fernando Alonso back in Minardi black and yellow. I'm super excited for this season coming up. Hope you guys enjoyed the updated intro, but before we get into proper qualifying, let's go through some changes to this season. Miami and COTA have left the calendar, being replaced with the Austrian and Zandvoort reverse circuits. Haven't done either of them at tracks before, and I hate Miami and COTA, so we will be changing them for this season. So, also, Ferrari is actually the worst engine on the grid now, but we are going to stay loyal to the Ferrari team. Obviously, Minardi being an Italian team, we're going to stay with the prancing horse. Now moving on to one of the most exciting things about a new season here on the F1 game, looking at the driver lineup, and crazily, George Russell, Oscar Piastri and Lewis Hamilton have all been sacked by their teams respectively, and that's going to throw up a major grid reshuffle. Also, Max Verstappen retiring from F1. The likes of Sergio Perez are back at Red Bull. Alex Albon has gone to McLaren. Ollie Behrman is now a Mercedes driver. Gabriel Bortoleto has gone to Ferrari. Lance Stroll is actually in the Alpine. Colapinto has gone to Williams. Victor Martins in the Aston Martin. Leonardo Fornaroli in the Cadillac. Marty in the Haas. Surprisingly, Roman Stanek will be in the Audi, and Crawford in the Aston Martin. So a massive shake-up this season. And even with the regulation change, we are apparently 4th best team in the standings. But yeah, I don't know about that one. Also, just going to chuck some stats on screen just in case you are interested. Obviously, slow down the video if you want to take a deeper look into things. But yeah, very much looking forward to this season. This is the new livery for the start of the season anyway. I will probably make some adaptations. But yeah, obviously, if you joined me from the start of last season, you'll know that I am on PlayStation. So unfortunately, it's not a modded career mode. And yeah, that's the best I can do with what we've got. So hopefully that will change for F1 27. But I'll need your guys' help for that. We need to get the channel monetized first. And yeah, we're trying to hit 500 subs before the end of the year. So if you want to help our man achieve his dreams, then hit the like button, hit subscribe. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy this season 2 here with the Minardi boys. Now, fortunately, we just managed to scrape through with Fernando Alonso into Q2. Nicolas Solov, not so fortunate. Apparently, the 4th best car on the grid is only good enough to just squeeze out a Q1 here. So, hoping for a bit better here in Q2. But not going to lie, the regulation change has affected the car a little bit more than I was expecting. The battery is depleting a lot more than before. Obviously, the parts that we didn't manage to save are affecting the car, and around here, battery is very important. Currently P17 as well. After the first run in Q2, we're going to go on board for a full lap here at the Australian Grand Prix for our final run in Q2. Picking up 0.3 of a second in the first few corners, make that nearly 0.6 of a second as we go through sector 1. But yeah, like I said, it's taking a little bit of getting used to this new car. With the regulation change, obviously, it's shook up the car parts, the development and all that stuff. So yeah, gonna have to get used to that as quick as possible. But with Fernando Alonso now two-time world champion and obviously former Minardi man. Hopefully he can bring even more success to this reborn team. Nearly 8 tenths of a second up as we go towards the final stage of this lap. Make that nearly a second up as we're actually starting to hit apexes on this second lap. A little bit squirrely into the penultimate corner, but we're still nearly 1.2 seconds up. Going through the final corner, not as much battery as I'd ideally like, but we're going to cross the line here. And it's going to be only P13. So we are out in Q2 here at the Australian Grand Prix. Not ideal.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position, just edging out Alex Albon, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Antonelli, Leclerc, Carlos Sainz and Perez, Bortoleto, Colapinto, Hadjar and Pierre Gasly, Behrman, Lawson, Fernando Alonso and Lindblad, Crawford, Stroll, Pepe Marti and Esteban Ocon, Martins, Bottas, Stanek, Hulkenberg, Soloff and Leonardo Fornaroli rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. So I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about this afternoon.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check, radio check.
Oh, it is good to hear Fernando Alonso back in Minardi colours, but a little bit of an underwhelming qualifying, not going to lie. I expected a little bit better, but we are quite good around here, so I'm hoping to make up a load of positions in the race. Going to start on the hards, finish on the mediums, and let's get in to the first round of the season here. And it's 5 red lights here at Melbourne, and it's lights out and away we go from P13 on the grid. Ollie Behrman in his new Mercedes colours just ahead. Lawson just to our inside. We're going to have a little look round the outside of the pair of them. Little bit of rubbing on the Mercedes man there, but we managed to get past him into turn 1. Isaac Hadjar now, we're going to slide up the inside of the Red Bull man that managed to keep his seat, surprisingly, but good opening lap so far. P10 behind Pierre Gasly and Franco Colapinto in his new Williams colours. Back at Williams, I should say, after appearing there a few years ago, but on to the back straight here, burning a little bit of the battery. And as you can see, the battery is going down quite quickly compared to the end of last season. And I mean, fortunately, we still managed to overtake Gasly, but having to save a bit more of that early on than before. Running a little bit wide through the fast chicane is going to put us under attack from Gasly again as we get our first track limits warning of the season. Fortunately, we managed to hold on for now though. Gabriel Bortoleto in the Ferrari colours up ahead. Not going to lie, that kind of suits him. I see him at McLaren a lot in season 2, but yeah, the Ferrari colours are definitely suiting Gabriel Bortoleto there. Very surprising that Lewis Hamilton, George Russell and Piastri were all sacked, so never know, maybe we could get them for next season. But moving on to the start lap 3 now, still tucked up behind Gabriel Bortoleto, very low on battery, but we're going to have a little attack now into turn 3. Going to be slightly boxed in by Colapinto though, so having to be careful on the brakes. Fortunately, we do not run into the back of the Williams man there, but that does allow Bortoleto to get back past us. And yeah, a bit frustrating there, but what can we do? We just got to wait now. Got to try and save the little battery that we do. Or are we? We're going to try and burn it down the back straight, try and get past Bortoleto. We are out of battery halfway down the straight. Fortunately, he is too. Obviously, both Ferrari powered cars, and we're going to hold it round the outside of the Brazilian into the fast chicane. Lovely stuff there. Still very low on the battery though, so got to be careful of an attack, but we are going to stay ahead just for now. He does send it briefly, but we manage to hold the position. midpoint of lap 4 now, and we are on the back of Colapinto, burning a little bit of the battery. Going to get past the Williams man. Gets slightly boxed in though by Charles Leclerc, which means Colapinto is going to fly past the Ferrari man, and we're going to take that opportunity to get past Leclerc, so at least we make up one place in that little exchange. But yeah, the Williams looking very strong again this season, and Colapinto looking very strong at this opening round. Leclerc on the battery though is going to go round the outside into the 90-degree right-hander. We squeeze him onto the curb and manage to hold on to P7. Fernando Alonso is smelling blood though. He does want more points, a lot more points than he managed to pick up with Aston Martin. So halfway through lap 5, we're going to go on the attack of Colapinto, even though we are very low on the battery. We get past him up into P6. Lovely stuff as we go personal best in the middle sector. But yeah, the battery very hard to save around here, especially when I'm used to having a little bit more battery. So Colapinto is going to go down the inside on the next lap at turn 3, and he's going to get the job done. Beautiful move from the Argentinian there. We save a little bit of the battery on the next lap, but Charles Leclerc is looking very interested, and he's got major overspeed, so he's going to go around the outside as well. So losing 2 positions over the past few laps, not ideal for us at all, but we're going to try and fight back, of course. Start of lap 8 now, and we get a decent run through the first 2 corners. Going to get on the battery, and we're going to fly past Charles Leclerc again. Going to retake P7 in this Grand Prix, going a little bit deep into turn 3, but it's not a major problem for us at the moment. Colapinto up next, and we're going to try and battle back past the Williams man. We managed to save a little bit of battery for this second straight here, and we get the job done beautifully again, as his medium tyres starting to go off slightly, I'd imagine. But Sergio Perez in the Red Bull again, up ahead as we get another track limits warning there. As someone that doesn't normally get to Season 2 in career mode, and a lot of the ones he does, it's very weird to see some of these drivers in different teams. But unfortunately, one of them people, Ollie Behrman, is not going to finish his first race with Mercedes, as he is out on lap 10. And that is going to bring out the virtual safety car here. And Franco Colapinto actually picking up a 10-second penalty in the process. So it's not going well for the new drivers at their new teams as the full safety car is deployed. And as you can see on screen, he's on the outside of the Ferrari, Charles Leclerc, and he obviously wants to pit, but that gives him a 10-second penalty, dragging on the car and then crossing over the line. So yeah, unfortunate for Colapinto there. Obviously, we're going to box under the safety car. Little bit early, unfortunately, for these hard compound tyres. But tyre wear is not as bad as last season, so hopefully these mediums can last a little bit longer, and hopefully the safety car can last a few laps so we can potentially take these to the end. But we managed to get up into P4 during the safety car in the pit lane, so beautiful, no complaints from me. And end of lap 13, we're going to restart the race behind the Red Bull man Sergio Perez, and in the slipstream down to turn 1, we put the battery on, and we're going to catch him napping down into turn 1, feint to the inside, go to the outside, and we overtake him around the outside. Beautiful move there on the restart. Fernando Alonso back up into a podium position where the great man belongs, but Alex Albon in his new McLaren up ahead. Kimi Antonelli in the race lead after winning the championship last season. He's going to want a strong start to this season, so it is not going to be easy here, but going to get on the battery nice and early, turning off a little bit earlier than we did on lap 1, and we're going to fly by Alex Albon up into P2. Kimi Antonelli not quite close enough to launch an attack, but Albon burns again towards the end of the straight, and he re-overtakes us. Beautiful move from the McLaren man there. But we're not done. We're going to try and yo-yo back straight past him into this 90-degree right-hander, and we get the job done for now. He's still there, but superior traction on these medium tyres and we hold the position. Kimi Antonelli up next, but he's going to be extremely strong for the rest of this Grand Prix. We get a little bit wide in the final corner, rubbing along the barrier. Fortunately, no damage for us. And down into turn one, we managed to hold off Alex Albon. Get a really good run through there, though. Not close enough to Antonelli, unfortunately, but Albon on the overspeed is going to go round the outside into turn three. And we're caught a little bit napping there, not going to lie. And he pulls off an amazing move. Really good driving from Alex Albon. Obviously warranting that promotion to McLaren, but the other McLaren of Lando Norris is behind us. So we're going to get on the battery, and it is just like real life in the Australian Grand Prix. It's just Mario Kart yo-yo at the moment. Unfortunately, doing that though, we have burnt all of our battery. So that is going to leave us vulnerable again, and also it's going to mean Antonelli's going to get a little bit of breathing room at this stage, but fortunately we are just far enough ahead to stay ahead of the McLaren man, as actually the other McLaren man of Lando Norris overtakes his new teammate. And halfway through lap 17, Lando Norris is going to have a little look as we have completely run out of the battery, not got any of the overtake, and Norris is going to go easily around the outside. We kind of let him have that, so hopefully we can now try and save a little bit of the battery and the fuel and get the overtake made for the next lap, which we do. But that is not going to put off Alex Albon behind us. We've dropped a little bit back from Norris, and Albon has got incredible pace again, going up the inside into turn three like a fighter jet, absolutely storming down the inside, and fair play to the McLaren man there. A little bit later in the lap though, we're still behind Albon, trying to save a little bit of the battery. The team radio.
It looks like we might have an issue. Hang in there, we're attempting to manage it.
Oh, you have got to be joking me, not again. After a whole season of not getting any issues with the car reliability wise, we retire from the last race of the season, and on Fernando Alonso's debut we are going to retire with another gearbox issue. First race of the season, what kind of luck is that? We were in an unbelievable position, could have potentially got a podium. And yeah, that's the end of the Australian Grand Prix.
And here he comes. It's all go, go, go for Lando Norris as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
So Lando Norris wins the first race of the 2027 season, and Charles Leclerc P2, Anthony P3, we retire from the Grand Prix, and Nicholas Solov finishing last place of the runners on track. That's an awful start to the season for the Minardi boys. Definitely nothing like last season, but today just wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. Obviously, could have been up for a podium at least there. So we're going to have to wait until China. And unfortunately, that is going to be it from me, guys. The end of episode 1 of season 2. If you did enjoy this video, it would mean the absolute world to me if you could just leave a like, subscribe to the channel, trying to hit 500 subs before the end of the year, hopefully get monetized, and by F127 I can bring you an even more immersive career mode. Would be my absolute dream. And yeah, the month and a half I've been doing this kind of content, it's been great. I've enjoyed every second of it. And you guys have been a part of that. You guys have been absolutely amazing. So big shout out to you. But yeah, have a good evening, everyone. And cheers.